really interesting for you, a little different than what we're accustomed to. Anyway, the Bookmap Academy here, our goals, our introduction to it. Well, if you're new in here, you go to bookmap.com and just click on the Academy link under here, under the More button, and you'll see under Community, Bookmap Academy. And this is where you can read through it, you can sign up, and you can get Bookmap for free if you meet some of the criteria here for journaling and documenting your trades. Anyway, the goal here in the Academy is for the coaches to give you feedback and help along with your trading. And we want to open the mic up for you because we want to hear from you about your decision making. And that's a great way to give really good feedback. We're also having the Blue Jacket competition. It's a little different than it was in the past, and you can win a hoodie. This is the new Blue Jacket, gangster style, I guess. Anyway, it's the way that you partake in this program is via social media. When you post your marked up charts and journals on X, Instagram, or LinkedIn, and then you also put the hashtag free Blue Jacket, it will go up there automatically onto bookmap.com/Blue Jacket webpage. And then that's where we'll judge the competition. Okay, so it's not done in Discord, it'll be on social media. All right, and then our Bookmap Academy, we always go through this page. I think it's really important about journaling and building your playbook. And we have really just 4 basic steps here, starting with what's moving the market, the impetus. Okay, so we want to understand that. Most of the time it's something fundamental. It's news or data, and it doesn't have to be, though. It can be technical or it can be both, and higher time frames. Then we want to look at our key levels. Okay, so we know where the market is moving or what's making it move. Now we're going to look at where our key levels are, because that's where we want to deal at those higher time frame key levels. And then we start to develop scenarios and some strategies of how we're going to take advantage of that. Thinking about maybe a breakout trade, or maybe it's a reversal, or whatever it is. But then you start to look into finally your setup. And the setup is mechanical. It's a checklist. You go through it, you just execute, and you know how to execute because you've done this many times, and then you just manage your trade. And that's the process here. If we can put together 1 through 3, especially 1 and 2, and then 3 is also very important. If we can put these together, the setup is easy, and it is much more likely that you're going to have a probable or a profitable trade. So it's really important. I can't underscore this enough. And it sets you up for pretty much everything. And if you do these steps correctly, trading becomes a lot easier, I feel. Anyway, let me go through the disclosures. Risk disclosure: all Bookmap limited materials, information, and presentations are for educational purposes only and should not be considered specific investment advice nor recommendations. The risk disclosure: trading futures, equities, and digital currencies involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, let's jump in and start off immediately, and then I'll go through what I had kind of mentioned earlier, maybe in a bit as we go through some of the content. So we'll start off with Vinny, Coach Vinny here, and let's see. You've got
Bruce. Good afternoon. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you, Vinny?
Great. Thank you.
Yeah, let's see here. I think I got your file from, it says 814, but I guess you got another one of slowdown. Okay. I thought maybe it was
let me see. That might be I have one in there.
Because I see also you have Shark and Brian C this week.
That's him. Yeah, that's it. Desmond, Shark, and Brian.
Okay. Okay. So do I have the wrong file here, or this is maybe not your file? Oh yeah, here it is. This is your file. Okay, never mind. Never mind. My fault. Let's go. Okay. All right. Take it away, Vinny. Jump in there.
All right, let me get set up here as well. There we go. Okay, yeah. We can start with Desmond's.
Yeah, I'm inviting him up to the stage here, and why don't you kind of kick it off, and Desmond, you can also talk about what your deciding factors were in the setup here.
Yeah, for sure. How are you guys?
I think what who you may have up there is actually Moby's. Moby's did Desmond as well.
Ah.
And that looks like it was on 8-8. So that's probably what he did his on. Whereas
Okay.
mine was 8-14.
Okay.
He Desmond as well. So Desmond, you get yours twice. Bonus.
Okay. All right.
Let's see here. So yeah, you're right. Here we go. Now I got it. Okay.
Coming up good. Okay. There you go. All right. Desmond. All right. I like your spelling. D-U-Z-Z-M-A-N. Excellent. But welcome. Yeah, I like your trade. It was definitely I went over it this morning, and yeah, some of the good things about it is, yeah, you entered your long position. I like the way you identified your looks like you had a break in your structure. You had liquid support, and looks like your entry was where price crossed VWAP, and that's your system. And then once I'm done just going over some of my points here, maybe you can expand upon your system with us. I really like the way you did your checklist on your bottom left. It looks great. And yeah, just to go back, you had your break-in structure, you had liquid support, and you went ahead and entered, went across VWAP, and that's your system. And you had a liquid target at 00. Looks like that was going to be 4 points. And well, that was one. And then you had another one right at 02 for 6 points. And I did notice the structure still kind of remained intact. So what I did was I went back and looked at the future to find out where this actually ended up, because you really identified an excellent high liquidity target zone. And I was just curious to see if it did manage to move up to that potential area. And it actually did. It went up to right in that zone. So you identified it outstanding. So well done by you. And so that was one of my second question is, did you was there a reason why you exited your target? Looks like it's right at VPOC. So I was just curious, was one of your targets, and then a little bit further up at 06. So I was curious as what your reasoning was at exit day, if that's your system, and maybe it looks like you were taking partials out. So I don't know if you wanted to let part of it continue up into that liquid area. But the point is that I thought you had an excellent risk reward ratio. It was better than a 1.1, which was terrific. And I like the way you scaled as well. You had a scale for yourself, patience 8 out of 10. So well done there. And so, yeah, my question is, why would you not let it ride maybe a little higher? I don't know, it's because of your system. And I'd like to know if you can completely share with the group your exit strategy, if you don't mind. So, yeah, so why don't you take it away?
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you for the great markup. It looks wonderful. Now, in terms of why I didn't let it ride, it's just up to my system. Like I try not to have too many variables, and one of those variables could be me putting my take profit a bit too high or a bit too low or whatever it may be. So until I feel very confident in the method that I have to trade, I'm just keeping everything static with my first with my risk neutral. I am keeping that static, and my final take profit, I'm keeping that static as well. And it just so happened to be by a variable high volume node. But before I enter, I look at the at the range just to make sure like everything fits. And once it does, I click and do a market order and get into the position.
Oh, okay. And do you set your exit as a limit order, or do you just kind of just identify the order flow, and then you decide to, okay, this looks like about right as far as it can go. Let me just exit.
It's a limit order as well, but I try to make it all fit. Yeah, it's everything is limit after I click. It's a market order to get into the trade. After that, everything is limit, and I just try to make my my trade fit the range of the move itself, of the move that I want to unfold.
Ah, okay, yeah, excellent. Well, well said. Yeah, and let's throw it to Bruce. Bruce, take it away.
Yeah. No, I agree with all your comments. I think that's some really great feedback. Now, Dusman says it's a mechanical system, but I think you like you had mentioned, there's you got it here in A, high liquidity target. Maybe take some off, but maybe the next one, see if you can get something more out of it, because you identified some really good areas, and this is it's a great setup that you got here. Kind of looks like one of the trend line break and accumulation setup that we have, because you got your downtrend, you got high liquidity getting filled in here, and then you get this break of structure, and you can clearly see the aggressors coming in. In fact, you can see them coming in here. But when they start to move the market in here, this looks like a pretty powerful move. Due to, I mean, look at the volume here is looking great. Yeah, I mean, at least maybe top of the range, but the liquidity targets look really good. Something to consider.
All right, wonderful. Thank you, Bruce.
Yeah, I mean, well, it was Vinny, not me. I'm just confirming it. Hey, I will reach out to John. I don't know, John, if you've got time to come up to the stage, but come on up if you can. Would love to get your input here too. I think you got all the pieces here, Dusman. This is great. Just really kind of rinse and repeat. You got your checklist. Vinny's the expert with the checklist. This is so important. You've made it more mechanical by waiting for that, and you know what you're looking for, and then let it ride out. I don't know if you have any other comments than that, Dusman.
No, I'm just here to listen and just answer more often than not.
Okay.
In terms of anything I did specific to this trade, I can't think of any, so not right now.
Okay. And John, welcome.
Well, thank you. Can you hear me okay?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
excellent.
No, it all looks good. I was just wondering where you were working your stop on this. Was it under liquidity or?
My stop, it was at 63.91.50. So it was right above it.
Okay.
Yeah, just right above it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because liquidity canceled down there, which is a positive sign, which is a bullish sign. So yeah, you can ride that right up. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, anything under that 95. Any print under 95, I would have been looking to bail. So yeah, that's fine, and it looks very good. You, as Bruce said, you marked out the areas, your targets, yeah, there's a case to be made to ride that up a little bit further, but profit's a profit, and just add to the kitty and go on to the next one. Well done.
Thank you, John.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. That's pretty straightforward stuff, Dusman. So let's move on. And we got Shark. So let's invite Shark up to the stage here, and you are up next, sir. Hold on a minute here. Okay. There you go. And let's add this. There we go. Shark,
Sure.
welcome.
Howdy, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey guys,
Shark,
thank
how you doing, brother?
I am good, Vinny. Yourself?
All right, good, thanks. Good, good. All right. Here we go. Here we are again. Gonna go over your
From
your
the
setup,
8.
your system. It's iconic, you know, you got it. And yeah. So let's go over it again and share your strategy with the group. And let's begin again, you know, with your checklist. Again, you got it in your top right. You identified your you identified certain aspects in which you can go ahead and enter your trade with an edge in your favor. It looks like you had all 4 of them marked. I like the way you go ahead and have your breaking your structure right over here as well, and you identify that. You do talk about aggressive accumulation as well, and you talk about your passive accumulation right to the left-hand side. So when you had your breaking your structure, you went ahead and entered. You went ahead and entered. And so my question here would be, did you go ahead and enter maybe on a pullback, or did you go ahead and just enter it right away once it broke the structure? And so that was one question I wanted to ask, and maybe you can answer that once we're complete here. And also, yeah, I didn't know if it was an aggressive entry, and the only reason why I asked that is because typically, you know, these would go ahead and break the structure, and then do have a pullback. And it looks like you went ahead and looks like your trade here did go ahead and have that pullback. And that might have been an area where I might have waited and entered. I might have entered. However, you entered in a great location because I identified that target right below with that liquid. So that was excellent. So I didn't know maybe if that could be one trade, and then you came back and hit it again with maybe a second trade with a second entry and take it down even further to your target. So those would be my only questions that I would ask. And yeah, so think about that. And why don't we toss it on over to Bruce? Bruce.
Well, sounds good. But Shark, I'm sure you've got answers for those questions for Vinny.
Shark, bring it on.
Yeah, so this setup is right out of Bruce's supply and demand course, the trendline break accumulation, and just it's very similar to the trade you've seen that, you know, you've all seen me post many times. A supply and demand sandwich, 1, 2, 3 hour reversal, break of structure. So looking at it kind of with Bruce's lens here, where I'm looking for the order flow, you know, first I need my higher time frame key level. In this case, it's that supply at 825. That was there from the previous day.
I can't read it here. 825. Yeah. Where is?
It's that line.
Is that that's right here? Okay.
It's below there. It's below there, Bruce, where I have it marked out. Yeah, high time frame. Right where Vinny has pullback zone entry, you see that red arrow.
Okay.
That's my high time frame supply zone. So that I just, you know, have on my chart. I find that on higher time frame candlesticks just by locating a price imbalance. And I just kind of plot those out on my charts. Those stay on my candlestick charts. So first thing, high time frame key level. I have the passive accumulation as price kind of marches into that key level, right? We have aggressive participants are buying into the offer. You see that accumulation building on the way up in there. It explores that supply zone and rejects it. And like Vinny said, you know, this was rejects the supply zone, rejects the trend line, and there wasn't much of a pullback. It's a pretty low resolution image, but if you look off to the very right, there's a little green box. What that says is a bid, right? It says a bid of 120 lots. So to answer your question, Vinny, of why I placed my entry order there, is I'm looking at the price ladder as I execute on the DOM, right? And I'm looking at the price ladder. So yes, I have my heat map in front of me, but I'm also looking at passive orders on the bid and passive orders on the ask as price works its way up and down that price ladder. So there was an order sitting there that I placed my entry right below. So its price, exactly. So its price got to that big order, it bounced a couple times, and as soon as it consumed that passive bid, my order got filled.
Correctly.
And
Now, was it a market order or a limit order?
that was a stop limit. So it was below the bid. As price consumed through that bid, that order filled short. So a stop limit.
Got it. Thank you.
That was a 3-lot entry. And you can see if you move down to where you have the white box, the same thing. I placed 2 orders, same thing. They're sitting on top of a passive bid. So as price moves into that bid, the order fills. Price moves into that next bid, the order fills. And then that last lot, I just chased price into that passive order right there. I just chased price down. You know, I grabbed that order on my price ladder and chased price down, and when she rolled over, I got filled. Now, in my kind of reflections on this trade is I'm thinking, I don't want to take, you know, I'm 6 handles in the money with 3 lots. I don't want to take that ride all the way back and be underwater.
Right.
So I'm out of that trade, but I also would like to stay in that trade and ride that trade down to my target, which is at my trend line pivot low. So where's the happy medium there? I know you have some thoughts. I'm sure John has some thoughts. Like, I want to make it to my target. I also don't want to, you know, be on side that far and then just take that ride all the way back underwater and sit in that trade, because it could have never turned around. You know, who knows? We don't know.
Yeah, I think Shark. I saw this trade, and I think I commented on it earlier. I think you did fantastic. I mean, look, you followed your plan, and there's something here that I really like too. So it just like you were saying, and you're looking at the price ladder, meaning that once it goes through this, and it is eaten through that liquidity on the bid, and there's still more selling, you want to be in it, because this is where those buyers kind of came in, you know, if there's more selling in here, it should come back down into these lower levels of liquidity. You took a beautiful chunk out of this, just beautiful chunk, I think. And I like the targeting as well. You look at how you're matching high liquidity here, and just in front of it there. And you get out, and now there's passive accumulation on the bid. So, you know, three levels, and, you know, pretty high liquidity. A bounce is probably about right, you know, after pretty nice move. You know, I mean, if there's a measured move in here, this is pretty good compared to what else we see here. I think you did the right thing, and then look for the next setup. Maybe this turns into continuation, you know, after. So that's a possibility here. And you know, it's another setup though.
If you just drew them, it's fantastic. That lower trend line you just drew, you know, I didn't see that at the time. But it could have definitely given me an opportunity at the end.
Yeah. I don't see the aggressors coming in, but look at these lower highs in here, and they're just here's like that exhaustion here, and here. It's looking pretty good. For at least hitting down to here and getting that next move, you know. So you get this, you get, I don't know, whatever it is, this, and then you get this, but this is just beautiful. And look at how painless it was for you. I just love that. You know, did it go against you like a tick, maybe a tick or two?
Yes,
Sorry,
oh,
couldn't hear you.
yeah, I was in the money the whole time. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. It's sped up really quickly. I don't know if everyone hears that as well. It sounds like
I do too.
okay. So like Discord's holding all that data and then speeds it up. But we heard you. John, what do you think? Any comments from your side?
No, I agree. I agree with what you said. I think he did a great job to get everything out of what was there. It just really wasn't a great market in terms of liquidity where he was trading. I think the move was earlier, actually, to the left of the chart, where you have further, right up in there. Shark had his supply zone labeled, and then in real time Bookmap confirmed that liquidity right there. So I guess my question would be, in terms of conditions where to trade, that would be the move to trade. I'm just wondering if that's part of your trading approach. You have volume come in here, come into the market, very high volume, leading up to that liquidity. And it's very dense. The liquidity is very dense. In fact, that's the most dense on that chart, which makes the best condition for me to be interested. So I'm just wondering if that's part of your trading approach to look for those opportunities, because I just don't think where you were trading was really to your advantage. You did a wonderful job, but just didn't think it was there all that much, unlike earlier in the chart, where you had just a lot of volume coming into the market and a lot of liquidity where it was trading up to. What do you think?
I see that, John. I really see that. It was like on one hand, as you know, like quite often I try too soon. I'm eager. I'm jumping in too early. And on the other, I'm trying to learn patience. I'm trying to, in this case, I'm like, okay, I'm looking for some more confirmation that she's going to roll over.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the happy medium in there? I see exactly what you're looking at. I can put a much tighter trend line in there, right out of my supply zone.
So I'm a little confused, John. So do you mean like you would be getting in here?
No, I'm taking the long early.
So you're down in here and you're getting out.
Look at all that buy volume that's coming into the market, and you've got a very clear level of liquidity where Shark had his plan. I mean, that was his trading plan. He identified that as supply. And then in real time, the market confirmed that was valid. His trading plan was spot on. And there was a lot of liquidity up there and strong buy volume from the very get-go on the left side of that chart. Yeah, right in there. Right, we had that buy volume come in here. How about a little over? Man, it's a pain. Over a couple of bars. The largest volume bar.
This one.
That dot. That buy dot.
This one.
Yeah. A lot of buy volume come into the market. I'm just saying, whenever I have a clear levels of liquidity above the market, and then I see a lot of buy volume coming in, I'm itching to get in that, because it's very clear to me what's going on. And then where Shark was trading, it wasn't as clear because there wasn't as much liquidity. So the way this kind of panned out, the way that you illustrated it, Bruce, that's not a surprise. I would have expected that. And I'm glad he took his entry and his exit where he did, or at least his exit where he did, because there wasn't much below to trade to until it finally made the turn where you were talking about, where Vinny has pullback to entry too. So like I said, that's a good short over in there. And then the long was I think a great condition to trade in. But in the middle there, I'm not seeing it too much. You follow me?
I do. I
do follow you. I appreciate that, John.
Yeah,
I on another one of Sharp's charts. In fact, I marked it up. I've seen this before in his work, where he's just seems to be fighting it a little bit more when when there's other areas that I think he could trade, have a better time trading because it's much more pronounced. The liquidity is much more defined and pronounced. There's more of it. But yeah, go ahead, Bruce.
I mean, I think the first like two factors, well, I mean, all of them really. I mean, but like, you know, we've got a lot of accumulation here. Right. And you don't see money buyers back up in here. Now you're seeing sellers. Okay. It gets one more leg higher, but you're at your key level, your higher time frame key level. And then he's looking for that structure to break. He identifies it. And then he also already identified some of the aggressors here. And then also in here. I mean, in my book, this looks like it should work, and taking some off here, but I hear you on the liquidity down below. It's a little hard to read some of the charts, but like, you know, he is, you know, looking at this or, you know, maybe this, and it's kind of hard to see if there was another one coming in here.
Yeah, but that didn't come in until later. I mean,
True.
that short, I agree with you, but what I'm saying is that's the extent of the trade down to where he says, you know, cover at that liquidity where you were just, yeah. I mean, that's the trade. That's the target for the trade. I wouldn't expect any more than that, and I wouldn't want to have the exposure of being short beyond that because I'm not seeing anything below. That's my point. So the potential, I guess I can't read it either. I don't know how many, was it 5 or 6 handles of potential in there? I can't read the chart.
Yeah, that's what Shark said.
Yeah, okay, which is fine. I know you can make a living, good living off of that. So all I'm saying is that there was no, I can't justify holding on for it for more without taking a lot of heat coming back up.
Yeah. Got you. Yeah. So Shark, I mean, I think that was really wise, you know, getting out at these areas in here, because you didn't want to have this go back, and you were already have experienced. We've all experienced that so many times. So dump it, get out, take your profits. It's below a swing as well. There's high liquidity, and then look for maybe another. And potentially another once that like John was saying, like wait for maybe some of that liquidity to come in.
Yes.
And you know, start to target that. Look for those aggressors again. Same thing then at that point.
Yep.
It's basically the same setup. You know, that you can look at here. And when those aggressors start to come in, you know, that's, you know, now you can start to look for those targets again. So you would not. You wouldn't have to sit through this, but you will miss this many points. You know, probably about 5 or 6 points, or 4 to 5 points. It looks like you would give up to wait for this confirmation. But that would be leg 2 or your second trade within this pattern. And it looks good. But again, that's, you know, look, it was one setup. You traded it really well, and then you know, you're noticing these other things, and then thinking about like that next time.
Hi, Bruce, this is Vinny once again. I did have one more additional question, if that's all right, for Shark, and that would be to the left of the screen. I know that you identified the break of the structure, which was awesome. I wanted to know and ask you a question to the left of the screen. There was a break in the structure, and did you consider maybe entering with that break? And if not, was there a reason why? Yes, Bruce, that's there. Was there a reason why you did not enter there? Was it possibly, was it too steep, or yeah? Just want to know what your thoughts are.
I think we lost Shark somehow.
I see that.
Oh, there he is.
You guys hear me?
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I do see that. I could have drawn in a tighter trend line there. Yeah, no, I think I was just running behind a little bit, maybe. I definitely, you know, after the fact, I see that.
Okay.
Fits the criteria. You know, I got the accumulation, my time frame, key level.
Yeah.
Aggressive accumulation. It's the same thing. You know, it's happening faster right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Good one. You wouldn't have gotten much out of it. You know, basically it comes down to kind of where this level here, you know, was previously, and you know, this kind of cluster and little sideways consolidation, and then it filled some liquidity on the way down too. So yet again, you can look for another kind of move back up into high liquidity. But it's getting a little too confusing, and I think, or over analysis here. But yeah, good one, Vinny.
All right, thank you very much. That was awesome. I'm ready to go to the next one whenever you guys are ready. Great job, Shark.
Yeah. So
Thank you. I appreciate the feedback.
all right. Let's see. We'll go into Brian's, and I don't know if Brian's in here. Brian C. No. Okay. All right, take it away, Vinny.
Brian sees that in here. Shucks, I thought I saw him earlier, but that's okay. Brian had an excellent identification. What I really like about what he did was he really had everything kind of pasted pretty much right on his chart here, and it's just a matter of identifying what he has, you know, via a checklist. So what I did here was I think he did a great job with identifying some of the order flow. And I did have a question if he was here, but let's go through this real quick. It looks like he did go ahead, and I'm sure that he identified these higher lows. We noticed some of the orders are also climbing higher there as well. And there was also some passive orders absorbed in a number of locations. One particular location would be where I put an entry box in where I might have entered initially. And so my question to Brian was, I noticed that he hinted his long position a little higher, and so that would be my question to him. What would be his reason why he waited? Or maybe he just has his system that he saw something that he can share with us. But that continued to go higher, passive order gets absorbed, and you know that might have been a target for me that I might have hit. But he actually had his a little bit further, even higher. So there was additional liquidity aloft that just kept on building, and sure, it just kind of took right off. So that was my question to him. What would be his entry location and you know, his justification for that, and also if he would share with his system and strategy with us, because it looks like he did very well in you know, letting his you know, his trade continue further north. So yeah, so that was my analysis with him, and I believe he's still not in the room, but let's go on to John. Take away if you have any input. Please share it with us. Thank you.
Like we lost John here too. Let's invite him back up.
We can't lose John. Well, we still have Shark Blue in here. Shark can always provide something. We had Shark.
Yeah, let me invite Shark back up. There you go.
If we can hear him, he's talking fast.
I know.
He's got that New York accent.
Yes. Is my mic working?
The mic is working,
okay.
but your connection's bad.
Yeah, these Bose headphones, you know, they've always worked great. I guess I'm gonna have to replace them.
Yeah, it's sped up.
I just left the way. I actually remember.
Okay.
Well, if his mic is sped up, you know, Trading for Life actually had some excellent comments last week. I'd be curious to find out, because you know, what his thoughts were about this one. What do you think about that, Bruce?
Yeah, sure. Let's invite him up to the stage here. Trading is life. Come on down. There you are.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. Did you have any comments on this? Anything that kind of stuck out or you noticed here?
Give me 1 second. Just getting my thought together. I just wanted to know what was his thought process. Well, he's not here, just for his target. Because I see based on what he's wrote down is that the liquidity up high. I can't really see it. That he got, there we go. Thank you, Bruce. He got out a little bit early before his the liquidity. So I just wanted to know what was his thought process on that.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's not here. So, I mean, it looks like I don't know what stock this is, but this is he's riding the momentum, and it's breaking out, and he's got it confirmed here. I mean, like. Okay, it's higher highs and then it's starting to break. It trades through. I really like your entry, Vinny. Once it kind of breaks back up above and then look to target. Here, I'm kind of surprised. This is pretty high liquidity and getting in here and then kind of sweating it a little bit. Is it going to trade through this? Because every time it hits high liquidity, it depends. It depends on how much how many aggressors are there. I mean, sometimes it'll blaze right through it and come up to the next one. Typically, though, most of the time we get some sort of kind of consolidation or pullback or something because the buyers met the sellers. But it depends. And in this case, it went through a little bit, but then it consolidated. And it had the potential to roll over. I don't know if there was news on this stock or something else. Then it just, you see the buyers come back in and start to target the next levels and didn't make it up to the 115, just shy of it. And then, he gets out here. Anyway, that's what I see.
Yeah, I mean, and also what you say, not only can you apply these strategies, on the futures, but we can also apply it to a stock and also to what Brian had used here as well. So so it's very versatile.
Yeah. I think we need kind of some more to give better feedback here. I think we need some more input from Brian, to be honest.
Yes, he likes to trade these.
Yeah. I don't really have any other comments. I don't know if you guys do.
I'm good.
Okay. And trading is life. I don't know if or Shark.
No, I don't have any comment.
Okay. Let's move on then. There's something that I want to mention to you guys here. And we're and break some news to you guys. There's we've been running this program. Okay, it's a pilot program, and it is it's like the Bookmap Academy, but it's a lot more involved. And you may have noticed this with some of the content, like Shark is showing trading is life. Vinny also is showing some of it. Laura's been a star with this, and it is this all kind of this idea derived from a lot of traders. The Academy is fantastic. I love the Bookmap Academy. You can do any kind of setup you want. It's up to you. You are in command. And just through your documentation and your journaling, you will get there. You will become an expert at the things that you're looking at. I thought we'd go deeper, and a lot of people, they don't know the process for back testing. They don't know they have an edge, and therefore they kind of try one strategy. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't, maybe it gets a little confusing, and they go to the next strategy. So the number one thing that you really need to have is an edge. If you don't know that you have an edge or you don't have an edge, then you shouldn't be trading. So we came up with this program, and it is to learn how the process of building that edge. All right, so let me, we call it, it's over here actually, and we will make it public here soon. I didn't want to do it tonight. I wanted to mention it, but we have another chat room, and we will put it over in the Bookmap Academy area. I'm not really sure how to handle it yet, but the basis of it is, I just I had to give that foundation. The basis of it is there's replay files we have of one specific setup. Okay, this trend line break and accumulation. That's it. Okay, and we're kind of forcing you to look at this strategy only. Now, you probably have something similar. Maybe it's a head and shoulders, double top. I don't know, whatever it is. However, you've got to follow the rules for this strategy. And you can see Shark has done a great job here. And there's 4 criteria here. That's it. These are the things you're looking for, and these are the things to mark up. You should take everything else off your chart, and you just trade this. And the way to do it is not to go to the live market and trade it. The way to do it is through replay mode. Okay, so you will use replay mode and in Bookmap, and you will. I want to see 20 instances of your setup. And Laura, do you mind if I maybe show the replay and forward testing for your journal? Just if you could just hopefully you're there listening, or maybe Shark, I don't know, or Trading is Life, if you're okay with that.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. You can show whatever you want to do with mine.
Okay.
You always
Great.
have my permission.
Okay. All right. So let's start off there. We'll start with Trading is Life. So now there's a lot of words here, but to kind of explain this program, it's actually pretty simple. You just pick one strategy. You use replay mode in Bookmap. We provide you the replay files. Okay, and then what you do is you take the trade in Bookmap, and I should probably just demo the whole process here, and then you will record the replay files or trades within your trading journal here in Bookmap. All of these products are free. You should have access to them. And you will need to have Bookmap Global Plus for this, because you're going to be trading from Bookmap, and you will also be using the trading journal and trading statistics, okay, add-on. So you will need to have that, but let me show you. This is Laura's forward testing, but I want to show you, we'll start off with, let's see here, Trading is Life replay mode. Okay, here's his replay file. I really like it because, he Trading His Life started off here. He was very honest about the way that he was trading. When you have those replay files, it's pretty easy to get an exponential curve, but he went through it, and he's like, no, being honest with himself. So he had some, a little bit of drawdown, back and forth. Okay, slightly green, and then things started to click. Now look how many trades he has in here. He's got 44 trades in here. Okay, we're looking for a minimum of 20, and this is how you're going to build your edge. This is how you're going to build your confidence in your setup. You're going to do it through experience, and you're going to know it. You're going to know it really well, and because of that, then you've built this confidence in your trading journal. You've got data. You've got data here as well to take a look at. You've got metrics. You've got your trade history here. But moreover, you're going to be using some of these other features in the trading journal. When you click on a trade here, you can input a note as well as an image, and then go over here to your trading notes. Okay, so I don't think actually you have many of those. Laura does. Let me show you that. Here's Laura's journal here. Okay, she's got 35 trades here. Okay, and then in her trade history, she'll come in here. She'll click on it, and then she'll add the image in her marked up chart in here. Okay, add notes. Now, once you start doing that, then click on the notes tab here, and you've got a playbook. Okay, this will show you each trade that you took, and you can come in here and take a look at each one. You got the timestamp on it, etc. So you can open up these images. You can see exactly what you did. You can see the same checklist here that she has as Shark has, trading exactly the same thing. All right. So this way, it sounds kind of draconian. It sounds like it's kind of harsh, and it kind of is. But this is the way to do it. We all have to be on the same page, or you have to follow something very, very simple. Go through this process, all right, and then use that journal, and then once you've gone through here, and you have a number of trades, a minimum 20, and then it's up to you. How do you feel after those 20 trades, right? You need to have at least 20, because it's like, we're not talking about one individual trade here. We're talking about a body of work, a playbook. That's what's key. When you've got that, now you have something and you're building an edge. All right. So when you've built up and done this in replay mode, and you can rewind it and replay it again, when you've got this, now maybe you're ready for forward testing. And you will forward test, and you will make a new journal. And let me show you Laura's forward testing here. Now, this is the live market. She's waiting and watching. Look at her equity curve in here. Look at her profit and loss. Look at the ratio. Look at average winner, average loser. Now she's built even more confidence, because she's seen it in the live market, and she's trading it, and she's journaling it. And here you can see she's got 40 trades altogether. Okay, this is fantastic. And I think you guys, if you were here last week and you saw some of the, if you saw Laura's charts and Trading His Life, and everyone was like, wow, this is great. Also Sharks, today. This is great. There's, you can see the distinction, how well this training is working. All right. So it's up to you. The program is free and open to all. If you guys want to sign up, I've got a link here to sign up for it. It's called Bruce's Pilot Program. Okay. And I'm going to put this into the chat for you guys, and sign up for it. And then I'll be able to capture your email, etc., and we can get you started in the program. One more thing, and this is a huge edge or advantage of the program, is when you're using replay mode and you are documenting your trades in here. Here's Sharks replay mode. Okay, look at this, just beautiful stuff. As you're doing this in replay mode, you can rewind it and replay it. Moreover, what you can do in replay mode is you can speed it up. So therefore, you don't need to sit all day long and trade. You can go through and trade many, many instances of this. Go through, I think we've got 10 or 11 replay files for this setup. You can go through all of them in over a day if you wanted. And you could, start to you go back, replay it again, speed it up, slow it down, pause it, whatever you want to do. We want to get the experience quickly, right? Think of video poker players, and I was reading about the youngest World Series of Poker winner. A guy was 21 when he won it. How in the hell did a guy like that gain all of this experience at 21? Right? He was playing 2,000 hands a day. You can look it up. It's on Wikipedia. I forget the guy's name, and I'm not going to look it up right now. But he was playing 2,000 hands of poker every day. Probably had online, video poker type of thing. And he probably had 10 tables. He was probably playing at 10 or, more tables, right? Joe Cotta, there you go. Dan, thank you. And that's how he gained all that experience, right? He is now a veteran. He has gone through as many hands as someone who's 40, 50, 60 years old, playing regular hands of poker. He's got just as much experience. He knows he has an edge. That's the same process here, using this replay mode and using your trading journal. Okay. So anyway, that's the program. This is the first kind of public announcement of it. If you guys are interested, I put the link in there for you. And then, we'll share more details about it as we go on. But this is the idea, and we're going to make it part of the Academy. All right. So anyway, that was the exciting news. I hope you guys are interested. All right. Let's see here. We've only got a handful of people in there right now. So if we want to prove the concept, we're proving it. It's working pretty well, and we'll continue on with it now. All right, so that we're on to the next leg of it. Any questions you guys have, you can raise them in here. I'm happy to answer them.
Yeah, Bruce, can I elaborate on that a little bit more, if you don't mind?
Oh yeah, sure, please.
I just wanted to talk about the process. I know it's a lot. He's asking not to trade because, we are here to trade the live market and make money. But for us that's trading prop firms, think about it this way. If you don't build an edge, then you go trade the prop firm, you blow your account, you got to start over anyway. So why don't you just, Bruce provides the file, just play the replay mode, learn it, build the edge. That's what the replay mode is, to learn to build the edge. Once you build the edge, then we work on the confident. That's when you move to forward mode. Then once you build that confidence, then you go into the live market. That way it's kind of evening out the playing field. So you don't have to keep blowing accounts after accounts, and you build it an edge, and then you can continue to be able to understand the market and be able to think like the guys that's been doing it, like Bruce and them, that's doing it for years, that prey on us, that don't know what we're doing, and we keep losing our money. So I know it's a lot, because once he told me that, I'm like, whoa, I can't trade the live market, but then I understand the concept, because why keep blowing my account and I have to start over anyway? So I'll just take that time and understanding the edge and then building the confidence. So that's all I wanted to say about that. But it does work. That's I suggest, you guys that's having problems and keep blowing accounts, is to join up. That's all I wanted to say about that.
Yeah, thank you, Trading is Life. I don't know if anyone else has any comments that's in the program. If you guys want to come up to the stage, but anyway, the another part of this is it, as Trading is Life had mentioned, maybe you don't like the strategy that you're trading here. That's fine. Just learn the process. Just go through it. I know that the system or the strategy or setup works. It's just a kind of a variance on any kind of reversal pattern, basically. And we're looking for very simple things that will help you with any other setup. So you're identifying only those elements. You're not being distracted by anything else. And get good at it. And then once you learn the process and you build your edge and you know how to build an edge, you can go to any strategy that you like. Maybe you're a volume profile trader or market profile, or maybe you're a VWAP trader or whatever it is. Go back and do the same process using your setup and simplify it and build your edge. Okay, so it has to be a very simple strategy to begin with, and then it will work out later for you to trade any strategy. And then ultimately, in the end, after going live and scaling up, and people have their their live journals in here, you can still go back in replay mode, and we recommend it. Like, take the file from today, go back and replay it at the end of the day or in the morning before you start trading, and then you'll know what to look for. You'll be more experienced, and you'll be ready for it, prepared. And then ultimately you'll have 3 to 4 different trading setups that build confidence and has an edge for you, and that's it. You've made it. You've made it to being a professional trader. So DNT, let me invite you up here. There you go. Ab crypto. Yeah. You made some really nice markups in journals. So now you know about the trading journal here. It's the trading statistics add-on in Bookmap. I can demo it for you very quickly in here if you want. So just open up Bookmap here, okay, and I'll show you exactly what it looks like. Okay, I'll show you. I won't show you everything here. We'll just load one of the replay files and what it looks like here. Okay, so here's the run option window, replay mode. Okay, here let's just. All right, and open up a data file here. You can see these in here. It says the ES, trend line and accumulation. Okay, this is from, you can see 2025-8/7. Okay, let's see, here's yesterday's file. And we can open up that one. Okay, and let's see what this looks like. Okay, and you can see I actually recorded it, and I have for the ES and the NQ. Okay. Now, these files are pretty light. They should load pretty quickly. There's not a whole lot of data in here, and this one's going to take a little longer because it's actually 2 instruments. But they both were good. They both set up in the same time frames. So DNT, we can't hear you. I don't know if there's anything that maybe your mic is not connected. Okay, so notice here. Well, this is at 1x speed here. I don't want to sit through this, so let's just speed this up. Okay, and we'll zoom out, and we'll speed it up actually more. 16 times, 32 times. Get some data in here. Okay, so first thing we're looking for is that passive accumulation. Okay. Well, here's one level. Okay, and we're looking for 3+ levels. So it's got to trade it. So maybe down in here. Okay. Now hold on a minute and let me pause this. Okay, and let me mark up my charts. Okay. So here we go, and let's. That looks good enough for now, and we'll come back in and we'll play it again. Let me open up the trading window here. Okay, actually, let me pause it so I don't miss it. And here, I'm going to trade it in replay mode. Also, go up. You need to make sure you do this. Go up to settings, and then go to, I'm sorry, not settings. Go to your add-ons configuration here. And we're going to add or select the trading statistics right here. Okay. And now I'm going to close this window. I don't need that. I need to sync it to the web journal. Okay. Now you're going to create a journal in here. I've already created it. So here it is, trendline accumulation replay. Okay. And then I'm going to make sure it refreshes. And so I should be trading now into that journal. Okay. And then I can open it up here. Okay. And am I in it? Let's see. I'm in sharks right now. Let's go over to mine here. Okay. And then let's play this out. Okay. So that's all you need to do there. And then we play this out. Let's go forward again. Okay, 1, 2, looking for our third. Okay, let's see if we get something here. And I am all set to, hold on a minute. I need to, see, I missed it. It wasn't, it was moving too fast. I was going to hit brackets here. And I need to set my take profit and stop loss in here. I'm just going to make it really wide so that we can get involved here. All right, now I'll just have to rewind it, right? Okay, so now my criteria, I've got 1, 2, 3. Okay, now I'm looking, maybe it trades down lower. I need to see now a trend line break or a structure break. Here, this would be my structure. Okay, this would be my break in here or here. Okay, depending on how you want to trade it. And we'll go back a little bit now, okay, and we'll replay this. And we'll slow it down a little bit as well. Okay, I got them all set up. Okay. All right, here's the move down. All right, so now I've got my passive accumulation. Okay, now I'm looking at my structural break. Okay, and now another part of this is a structural break has to happen, right? Because for a reversal to happen, it's got to break structure. It's just, that's how it works. But so we need to confirm that. But now we know that buyers got filled on the way down. We're looking for aggressive buyers now to move the market. So we need to see aggressive accumulation at this point. Okay, so we're starting to see it, starting to come in. Okay, let's see it. Let's see it. There they are. Okay, and I can't again. How come I'm in? Okay, let's try that again. Sorry. All right, so here I can set my order. I'm missing it. Okay, I'll look for maybe a pullback here, and I would still get in, right? So in this case, I started to see it come through here on size, so kind of fumbled around with my execution. This is a problem too for a lot of traders. Like, make sure that your execution is all set up and you're ready to go. Okay, I'm kind of doing this on the fly here. All right, now, where's my target? Okay, how do I want to get out of this now? I'm looking to target, well, there's high liquidity here at 6,400. Maybe that's a good place to get in or get out. Or maybe up here at 10, right? All right, so now how do I want to manage this? Now it's trading through that figure here. Does it trade through on size? Are there still aggressive buyers? Yes. I'm going to stay in the trade. Okay, now I can move my stop up. I'm going to move it up to just below that swing right there. Okay, it's going to be just right by my break even. But this is the trade I'm looking for. This is my plan, and I'm letting it play out. Okay, now we'll speed it up a little bit because we don't have to sit through this, right? 32 times. I wouldn't go more than 64 times, but Let's hang in there. All right. So there we are. Now we're filled. Okay. There's still there's still replay here in this. So likely it still went higher. But you guys get the idea. Now let's go over to my trading journal. Okay. And let's take a look at my trade history. Okay. And where is my trade from the the 13th? Here it is, right? No, I'm sorry, that's June. Okay, I think I got to refresh this, or I can go back to all of my trades, and I can move them around as well. And let me find it. Okay. And that's the 14th. That's the NQ. Okay, yeah, here it is. 13th. It's either this one, no, those are not, that was 9 contracts. So we had 1 contract on. I don't know why I cannot find it. It should have gone in here. Anyway, let's just take this one here from the 13th here. And I can move this over to my selected journal. Okay, this one here. Okay, I'll move it over. All right, now let's go back to my journal. And here we go. Here's that trade. All right. So I need to go back and find that, or I didn't set this up correctly for you guys. Once it's set up, though, it's really straightforward. Just trade. Just jump in there and continue on. So now I can go back and I can take a look at my data in here as well on it. It will be a part of this, all my statistics in here. All right. Now, if you want to manage this better, or you want to, work on, maybe looking for a higher, profit, take profit, or move your stop up and trail it. Maybe you'd be targeting 64.25 at this point. So how do you do that? All right, you just go back and replay it again. Okay, just move it back. Let's see where this goes. I don't recall. Does it come up here, right? So you can see, like, even during this webinar here right now today, yeah, you can see this is as far as it went, just up to this level of liquidity here. So it never made it up here. All right. So anyway, you guys get the idea in here. This is a great way to very quickly go through it. Maybe what if you moved your stop up here? All right. Well, you wouldn't have gotten dinged because the file's over, but you might have, right? And what you can do is just go back and replay it again, and replay it differently until you start to build that confidence and experience in your setup. You know what you're looking for. I hope this makes sense, guys. I think it's a great. This is one of the best things I've seen for trading and building your edge and building confidence. This is it. You should be able to have a nice level of confidence in what you're trading, and you'll be doing it in replay mode, and then you'll be doing it in the live market. So, all right. Anyway, let's move on, guys. I did want to spend some time and show you that. And again, if you're interested, this is the link here. It's Bruce's pilot program. That's what we're going to call it. And until we can, turn it into maybe something more than a pilot program. All right. All right, guys, there you go. And let's move on to some other markups in here. Okay. All right, let's see. So John is back, and John, looks like Moby went through one of your trades here. So let's bring it up, if you don't mind. Yeah, let's go full screen here, and let's take it from there. So D&T, I guess your mic never came on. Yeah, Vinny, I shared all these details with you earlier, but anyway, let's jump into to John's trade. John, looks like you've got the okay, you're trading the euro, the euro dollar,
Yes.
and you look right at that heat map and immediately know that this is a currency. It just is different, you know. So I'll just let you take it away from here, John.
Yeah, it makes for a nice chart. I know David likes the British pound, but I just couldn't see the liquidity clear enough for me in there. But the euro, as always, made a nice chart. And so with this, we have demand liquidity below, which represents the target for the trade. And we have VWAP sloping down, and we have prices right around in the VWAP area. So it's this liquidity below that invites my interest. That sparks me to say, okay, let's take a look at this. And I think that's the most important thing with Bookmap, is that I can look at the liquidity levels and I can qualify my interest. And then I really start to concentrate. And it's been the way in which I can manage how much I concentrate during the day. It's not realistic to think that you can start at the open and trade all the way to the close with the immense concentration that day trading involves. So by just mapping out and looking at the liquidity, I can instantly determine whether or not this is the market I want to trade. Until then, and otherwise, I just coast and perhaps look at other markets. But, you know, that's been a really great thing to help me manage how much I have available to me as far as mental concentration. And so, again, here's the exit target clearly mapped out. We have very little liquidity to the upside. The balance of the liquidity is down below prices and below VWAP. And so I entered a trade thinking that I would begin to start to revisit the lows from previous in the session. And we got to that first target. I can just manage my exposure from there and write it right on down to the exit target. And you can see that once that area, once I got close in there, that liquidity canceled. I was fortunate enough to get filled and cover. In fact, I moved it right where your pencil is. I moved it at that point because liquidity canceled. So I was fortunate to get that exit. But you can see that as like in number 4, where we have that little bit of a retracement up there, we did so on lower volume, right? So you had that retracement at 4 going back up to revisit VWAP, but down below you can see it was a low volume pullback, and that helped me to justify that trade. And then liquidity came into the market just as I got filled, so I knew I was in a good spot to carry it down.
Nice. Actually, this looks a lot like the trend line setup and trend line break and accumulation.
Yeah.
You know, the one thing that you don't have here is and it's a real important. This is more like a kind of a low volume pullback trade.
It is. Yeah.
It's but you do see the break of structure, and what you've got instead is it's really, since it's more of like a kind of a trend and it's a pullback, you don't need to necessarily have that passive accumulation. You know, it's different because it's a lower time frame, and you're looking for that pullback. But all the things that you just mentioned, like it's very similar in that regard. Here's your break, and or you can go with structure, but where are those aggressors coming in? And then you beautifully just articulated here that this is on a retest at a key level, a swing, and VWAP, and you don't have you have exhaustion up here, and you start to see sellers coming in. Wonderful.
Yep.
And you got your targets. A couple of things. So kind of hard to see like on your target here. I guess it was this liquidity level, or was it this one, or is it kind of a zone, or this one's very clear.
Yeah, it's the liquidity, and it's a pivot in there, like from right there. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're just revisiting that sort of that line in the stand that was established momentarily, because I've seen a lot of times where it could bounce up from there. So I figured I'll just take that off. There's a sizable amount of profit there, and that would allow me to manage my exposure on the remaining contracts.
Nice. Really nicely done. Another thing, I don't know how you feel about this. Like, I've noticed this for years, and it's just how the market is. A lot of these currencies is doing exactly this. The liquidity stays in there, and then it pulls.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, though, is the market remembers these levels somehow. Like look at this high liquidity. Even though it pulled, it trades to them. It's kind of a weird thing. I'm like, well, hold on, it didn't fill. So why do I trust this level? And it just, if you go back and look, it still does this. It still holds true. And even though it's a lot of that is pulled, sometimes it's clear as day that it trades. But a lot of times. It's like this, and mostly, in fact, you see it like every other tick or every point, every pip or whatever. You'll see you can kind of see some of that behavior. Like here, 1, 2. This is each point basically, and this is hedging and larger players.
Yes.
And it's traded differently. The larger players are they're doing other things with it and less speculators than like the ES or the NQ.
Yeah. It definitely trades a little bit different. It has a different feel to it, but the approach is the same.
Yeah.
VWAP, liquidity, volume. That's essentially the same. Nothing changes. So this could be a crude oil chart. It could even be an S&P chart. You're going to be we're all the same.
Yeah. It's crystal clear, John. I mean, I don't know if Vinny, you have any comments, or Shark, or
Hey, this is Vinny. I agree with you, Bruce. Yes, it looks like, from the chart I see, it's very clear. You have your checklist. I'm able to really identify. I'm maybe not even looking at your checklist. I think it's what Bruce had said. You can see the lower highs. You can see your point of entry from the break of the structure. I see exactly. Looks like you use VWAP, and the only challenge that I saw was your first target. I might have just bypassed that and looked for that low of the day as maybe my main target to exit, and certainly you used the liquid as well, even further down. That was good. I was curious also, since this is a pretty steep drop, was there an impetus that you use, or was there anything that highlighted a potential drop? And that's about it.
The impetus is the liquidity below, and trading below VWAP and having trouble getting above VWAP. That's the reason for the trade. As far as taking the first exit, this is my sole source of income. So I take that first contract and then I cover myself. You can go for those home runs, but I prefer to hit a single and then see what else I can get. And that's just Yeah, you make a good point. There's a lot of potential there for more profits, but you balance that with safety. And that's very much a part of my mechanism for trading is to get that first contract off, cover my risk on the second. And I'm really not in a position to where I can do a lot more speculating than this, because I can hit that first target at a pretty high rate of success. That enables me, to feel like I can participate, because it's all about exposure in these markets, especially in these markets during these times. I just try to hedge myself as quickly as possible, so that I can exist safely in the markets. You give up some to do that, that's for sure, but the balance of it is I need safety here. When you start doing this when you're 20, you can take all kinds of risks, but when you get older, it gets a little different picture, especially if it's your sole source of income.
Yeah, yeah, makes a very, very clear sense. And I don't know, Trading is Life, Shark, DNT. Do you guys have anything you'd like to add?
I just want to say that your insight is
No,
fantastic,
good.
John.
Okay, Shark, why don't you go first?
You keep it so simple. I just wanted to tell John, thank John for his insight. It's fantastic,
Thank you.
Keep it simple, also liquidity. That's just fantastic.
Thank you.
Everything you post is a lesson to me.
Yeah, you got a lot of influence and inspiration over here, John.
It's Bookmap. It really is. And I think that first part of it, where I can look at the liquidity, qualify my interest, or move on, or take a break, that's been paramount. Especially trading the S&P, it can get so fatiguing. You can get so fatigued and so worn out, and then you start making silly mistakes. And so, during the day, I'm concentrating on the stock index futures, and it's a way in which I can pace myself just by quickly looking at the liquidity and saying, okay, or no, I'm not touching this.
Yeah. I wanted to just go back to Vinny's comment or question about market impetus. I think, well, the way I interpreted it is, and you had a technical level, you said like it's liquidity, but
yeah.
Were you, for the day, you're looking for dollar strength? Did you think that, wow, there's something going on out there and I'm looking for some dollar strength. So that's why you're looking at and that would be the market impetus.
That would be more of a fundamental look. That's true. That's part of my pre-market prepreration. I go through and look for highlights like that for sure. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. And then you're just looking, then you're just kind of just, sitting back like that hunter in the woods or whatever it is, up in the tree, and you're just waiting and watching. It's like, now do I have something? Do I have a structural level, and do you have your liquidity? Then it's okay. Now get into the mechanism here for my entry and trade management.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I don't have any other questions, and let's see. Let's see who else is in here and what else do we have, right? Let's see. Are these? Oh, we got another one from you. But yeah, why don't we dive into that, because you also got you've got a candlestick chart here.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's take a look at that. Which one would you like to look at first, John?
I'll stick first.
Okay.
Okay, so this is showing the gamma levels from spot gamma. And I'm showing this because this sets up my reasons for wanting to get short in here. You can see earlier in the day, earlier in the session at the London Open, it traded below these levels. These combo levels are just genius by Brent. And it was a clear rejection of it earlier at the London Open. So when we came back up, the dotted line below just represents the date to let me know that his data is current, right? So that dotted line really is meaningless. All it does is it just shows you the date in which the last data was refreshed, which is usually around 3 or 4 a.m. in the morning. So once we got back up, we had trouble around that combo level, and I wanted to get short in there at 26. So now if you look at the net, that sets up the trade. As long as it doesn't take out that 26 to the upside, I'm looking to get short. And now if you look at the Bookmap chart, so here are those same levels, right? 26 area, and you see how the market is trading at that area. Has trouble getting through it. We have some liquidity above, which is a concern. But then you have a lot of liquidity below, representing my exit target down there at 818. And so I'm looking for some indication of exhaustion to the upside. And we had some attempts there at 2650, where there was a lot of net buying showed by my delta column. And when that failed, I got short. Right up in there. You see the delta column here at 2650. Yeah, just the delta column above at 26. Yeah, there you go. All right. So there's net buying in there, and it failed to reach the liquidity above. So that I see that as a weakness. And so I got short a couple of times in there because it continued to show weakness. And there was when there was some selling, when there was some activity, there was a lot of it. And I highlighted that by the volume bars below. There was a lot of sell volume that came in there, exactly, and there, which I participated in. And so the first target's going to be VWAP, because this thing could absolutely pivot and turn back up to the upside. But at that point, I would have a handsome profit to pay myself and then cover myself with a stop loss. And if we get down to the next area of liquidity, wonderful. If not, either way, it's a winning trade. But I did feel comfortable that I would be able to reach that first target at VWAP.
Okay. This is, I mean, it is fantastic, and I think really important that I'm glad you showed the candlestick chart because of your higher time frame levels here. I mean that's really what sets this up for you, and then here now you're looking for your targets start to come in, but you're looking for it's really it's much more, it looks like. I mean, I know that there's some high liquidity getting filled over here. This is great. That passive liquidity over here, getting filled. But it's really about now you're looking for these aggressors to start moving it away from that level. And I'm kind of surprised. I mean, you mentioned it and you have it as one here. You got high liquidity up here, but you're not looking. It's because of this, right? The combo levels and that.
It's because of that, and what happened at 3 a.m. earlier in the session, right? It rejected those areas, those combo levels. That was a lot of call gamma up there, and yeah, exactly. Even though that liquidity was up there and I had my eye on it, my stops are real close, as you can see, because if that broke out to the upside, then I would expect to go up there and get that liquidity. That's why I highlighted it. So I'm going to keep my stops pretty tidy in there. And if it falls out with that sell volume that came into the market, fine. If not, I want out, because then I would expect it to go up and get that liquidity. Sure. Absolutely. break to the upside.
Right.
But,
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of because like you've been really well. You're very consistent on this one too. You've been really consistent about number one as this is the target. This is where it wants to go.
Yeah.
But you're kind of overriding it because of these and what you said earlier about it rejecting previously at London. So
and, you know, we're at 6,400 on the SPX at this level, and that's been a key value for many sessions. So I knew that was going to be a challenge up there. And then Bookmap demonstrates, okay, yeah, this is going to be difficult to go to the upside. Let's get short.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they, and the market thought so too, because they put their limit orders down there at 18. You know, that's them telling me we're going down here.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Boy, that's all I've got for you, John. I mean, like I also it's hard to see, but it looks like another swing here along with the VWAP. So it looks like a great place to take some off potentially, and that's what you do because you continually say or notice like VWAP like is you see bounces off of it.
Yes.
And you got one too, a little bit of a bounce off of it. So take your profits, and then but then target that high liquidity as the exit, final exit.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, nice, nice. Vinny, jump in here, please.
Vinny's here. Okay, yeah. Great chart you got there, John. Especially your candlestick chart. Since you have it up here, what I really like, what's displayed here that may have been overlooked, was your candlestick chart over here and a potential long right over here. I'll just go through it real quick. You can see those wicks being rejected, going south. So then you have your higher lows, and then you have your breaking structure right over there, and you can almost just take this thing all the way long, right where that high of the day is there. So this was a long opportunity as well as a short. And what you use is your combination over there that you applied, which is a nice asset you have. And then moving on back to the Bookmap, one of the identifying factors that I think you
Vinny, I'm sorry, I don't understand the long that you're talking about. You're talking about down here.
Okay, here we go. Yeah. Now you can see the candlestick charts between 4 and 4:30. All right, you see those lower wicks. It's being rejected to go lower. So what it has now is climbed up. Okay, then it formed a higher low, and then you broke your structure. So right there is a potential to take that long right there, and then you can just almost ride that right up to right where his combo is up there. I mean, that's what I see as a potential long.
But he doesn't have any key levels here, though.
He does not have any key levels here. Correct. So what this is a structured trade right here. So this is what I'm looking at, and but that's just a potential long right here. Does that make sense?
I mean, it does perfect sense in seeing this price action. But in terms of having I think. If there was a key level down here, some gamma levels or whatever it is, maybe his VWAP or something else that John follows, then I would agree. But just because you see wicks and a break of structure, I mean, how do we know that's going to do this and retest this?
Yeah, maybe you're right. And we'll need to have the book to take a look at that. Yes, but at first glance, that's what I notice. And maybe I'm wrong.
Well, I mean, that's what we're here for is discussion. I mean, it is hard. I mean, you can see it plain as day in after it's painted or printed. But so many times I'll get into something like this and then it just rolls over right here and just, continues on. Or you look for, like these little kind of bumps where it consolidates a little bit, and it did kind of do a little bit of bounce there. And then maybe it tries one more time, and then it rolls over again. But I don't know. I don't want to get contentious in here, but like from what I see and what I understand, this is the key. He's looking at a key level, and he's got a couple of them, and it's retesting back up there in another session to see if it's got any more juice, and then he's jumping over to Bookmap and he's like, okay, so I got my key level. Now, what else do I got here in the order flow to help
Right,
out?
and that's what I wanted to mention as well. Correct. Is number one is also showing orders pulling lower too, and that's a nice asset to be able to go identify as a potential asset that you can add onto your chart for a short position. That I think that's Believe has noted as your number one, and yeah, it looks like it did almost went against him a little bit over there, almost hit his stop, and
Yeah.
and that's just where he added.
Yeah. That actually, John, I guess you feel pretty. This was kind of a question I had for you. Well, Vinny, I think to answer it, I mean, I think John kind of answered it here with this volume. He's like, he's waiting, he's watching. Now, what are the participants telling him at his key level? And then that's what was the mechanism for getting short here. And then he sees it again and gets in here. I don't know if we've gone over one of your charts though, John, where you've added into a loser and added more risk like this. Maybe you have, but maybe you can kind of tell us how do you do that? Like,
it's rare, but in this instance, like I mentioned earlier, we're right at the 6400 SPX, and remember, these levels, that we highlight on here, these are levels of risk. They're not measurements. They're not retracements. They're not ratios. They're not fractals. These are levels where there is a high degree of risk. So there are participants in here that are looking at these levels and they're going to have to do something, and it's big money. And in this instance, they were call options. And so if they can have an influence, which they do, to align their position so that they don't have to roll up, they're going to do that. And that's why I key in on those levels, because I know that these levels are paramount risk levels. Where Vinny was talking about earlier, I mean, those chart formations, they present themselves all the time. I did it for years. I don't want to do it again. I look for the positioning of the option traders, and then I combine that with order flow and Bookmap to identify my targets and my risk. So yes, of course, down there that looks a little wicky, but I mean, you can see that every day. And like I said, I traded that for years, but for the last 6 years with Bookmap, I've gotten away from that, especially being able to identify these levels of risk that Spot Gamma has been so good to identify. Those are the power levels, and that's what I concentrate on, and I don't even look at the others. It's not even on my radar anymore, because it was less reliable. I find that these levels that highlight risk are very reliable, and so that's why I combine it with Bookmap and order flow.
Okay, so I guess your answer is on this, that you're so confident with these levels, and then you've really kind of integrated these options levels into your trading, and what's going on at these levels, that you're willing to add that risk on at that point.
And remember, this is early in the morning, right? This is 3 o'clock in the morning, and these levels are fresh. That is to say, these levels become available at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and they're based on open interest. So these are absolute values as to where these option traders are positioned and where their risk is. Later on the day, that gets diffused a little bit because the market gets moving, positions start shifting around. And that's why I like to hit these things early in the morning when I see them so clearly, because they are based on open interest. Throughout the day, there are different services out there, and even Spot Gamma has some formulas that they do to approximate where interest is, where gamma levels are. But these are absolute. These are taken right from the exchange based upon open interest, and I find them to be more reliable than at any other time during the day. And so yes, that and the fact that that 6400 SPX has just been a stickler.
Okay. So for those reasons, you will add the additional risk. Now you do have another confirmation here with the, like you said, with the volume.
Well, that was it, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot more volume came in, so did I. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Great. I mean, I think it's really important to hear that from you, as a veteran trader, like because this is a pitfall for so many traders, is like, well, I'm going to add into it, like, and it's just being stubborn, not willing to accept a loss or whatever, and it can just wipe you out. But here there's a distinction. So it's these levels. And you know that there's a lot of money up here, so that's fact. And then you're already in based off of, you're looking for some sort of order flow event or transactions to justify it, and you get it again. It's just a little bit higher, like a point or so, and therefore you're willing to add the risk. At that point.
Yeah, okay. Because buyers failed up there.
Yeah, these guys failed.
A fair amount of volume up there, and they failed.
Yeah.
And so, if you were buying up there, Bruce, where would you be getting out? Would you be getting out pretty quickly?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's what I think about. That's what I think. What if I was long here? I'd be saying, oh, darn, right about where your marker is. And so I'm getting short there. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful stuff. Well, because it's a dicey thing to do when I find, at least, adding to a loser. If this was half a position, that's something totally different. And then this was the other half here. That's a trade management strategy. But here you have your reasons because of these higher time frame levels, SPX. There's a lot of money there, and you've gotten in, and they're going to get in more selling in here. You're in. These guys, and you identified the trap here as well, like especially these poor guys up there. So okay, great stuff. Wow, good chart. Lots to learn.
Thank you.
Let's see, guys, we're just approaching like 2 hours now. So, I think, let's see, was there anybody else that we wanted to cover maybe quickly, who's in the room here? The coaches went over. Greeny was one, but he's not in today. So anyway, guys, if we didn't cover you, well, it's likely because we didn't see it in your spreadsheet. So just mark up your charts and make sure when you put it into the Bookmap Academy chat room, just copy and paste the link and put it into your spreadsheet. It's real simple to do. And then you'll and then we can cover you during this session. So we'll put it into the hopper basically. All right, guys. I don't know, Vinny, if you had any other remarks or trading is life, DNT.
This is Vinny, and I'm excited because I got to start posting more on my Instagram account so I can get that blue jacket hoodie and that pilot program. I got to check that out even more. Boy, that's so exciting. And Bruce, I'm going to double view your video series that you created. It's outstanding.
Oh, thanks, Vinny. Like, guys, like, just with this pilot program, again, like, I haven't seen anything as not detailed is not the right word. Anything that just supports, being able to back test and replay things over and over again. Okay, other programs have it. That's for sure. But can you trade from it? Can you put it into the journal? And can you speed it up? Can you slow it down? And build out your edge, and then go into another journal. I think this is a great way to use some of the tools that already exist in Bookmap and become a really good trader and proficient at exactly one strategy, so you learn the process and then move on to the next. All right. So anyway, I hope you guys find it helpful, and I hope you partake. I when we first started this pilot program, I was thinking that you guys would be, over the weekend or a week or so, you'd blaze right through it and just go, okay, like I'm ready for forward testing. And it didn't really pan out that way. It was really interesting. What it happened was, in a very funny way, like it opened up a whole new window of the baggage that traders bring to their trading, because the setups and the mechanics of getting into the trade, etc., is simple. It's all, we all understand the concepts, but we bring in so much baggage. Like I can't. It was kind of surprising that it could be distractions. It could be that fear of losing out, but maybe just getting nervous because it's real money, or maybe you run into other problems of like you're impatient. Like one of the ones that Shark overcame, and it's through this pilot program in this replay mode, is we've seen this. This is pretty objective. We've seen Shark get into these trades early. They work out, but man, he's in too early, and he doesn't have enough confirmation. Now, because of this replay mode, you should see his charts. You should see his markups. He's waiting. He waits for it to turn around. He waits for all four of the criteria to show itself, and then he's getting in. And like you saw in that example, he didn't have any drawdown. It just worked immediately. And this is what it can do for you. Anyway, I hope you guys find it helpful. All right, so let's wrap it up. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, coaches, and pilot program pilots. Thank you for partaking in this program. I think you guys are doing fantastic work, and it's very, very strong. You guys are going to be just experts with this process and this setup. All right, so we'll wrap it up, and we'll see you next time. Why don't one of you guys, I don't know if there's any last comments you want to make, Vinny?
I just want to thank everybody, for sharing their insights. John, Shark, Duzman, Trading is Life, and Bruce, outstanding as always. You're our leader. Keep it going. You're doing terrific. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll catch up with you next time.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.